Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and I hope you all liked that rant video. That was fun, and, well, now it's time for tea. Well, it's time to talk about the Bionicle G2, the 2015 animations. 2 seasons. Total of 18 episodes. Well, 19 if you count the legend. The legend was kind of the introduction. Okay, so first off, I have to say the voice acting. Oh my god, the voice acting. It's just one dude doing the vocals, with the voices being slightly altered to fit the persona of each character. It's a mindfuck is what it is. It kind of works most of the time, but I imagine these animations being told in the perspective of a father telling his kid a story about legendary heroes called the Toa. That's cool. I appreciate that, actually. It just doesn't work. Especially when you have Golly, who's a female Toa. And yet... yeah, if you saw the 2015 animations, you would probably understand why this feels a bit wrong. Well, at least in the Journey to One, they fixed it. If you haven't seen my rant review on that, go watch that video. That video sucked my soul. Seriously. The 2015 animations, the art style was simple, clean, defined, and, well, kind of meh, to be honest. To be honest, I kind of like the art style. It reminds me of an old cartoon called Mucha Lucha, which was interesting for the most part. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of that for some reason. I just remember watching that cartoon when I was younger. But, yeah, so I don't mind the art style of these animations, but at the same time, I can understand why some people may have a bit of a pissy feeling regarding these animations. There were things about these animations that we didn't like back then, but I have to say, not terrible. The voice acting is probably the cheesiest, and sometimes some of the moments, the chemistry between the characters felt a little awkward sometimes, and the jokes don't really land well. Some of it's a bit corny, some of the dialogue is extremely corny and stupid, and I just didn't really get it. The sound effects. Okay, they were just sound effects. Nothing really too special about these sound effects. The sound engineering was pretty alright. The music, you can't really get the soundtrack anywhere because the composer, I imagine, is probably not happy with their own score. So they're not posting it online, unlike Mike Raznick, who posted 6 tracks from his score to the Journey to One. You need to post the rest of them. Seriously. Anyway, the music for these animations was okay, for the most part. Really, that's about it. There's really not much to these animations. They're about 1.5 minutes or so in length. The final episode of Season 1 for the first half of the year was like 2 minutes or so. And the final episode for, well, Season 2 is basically, well, the same thing. So the first half of the year we got the Toa crash landing from the stars, and, you know, going off with their respective protectors onto the quest to find their golden masks. And they succeed, and they go to defeat the Lord of Skull Spiders. They kick his ass. Well, when united, obviously. And the Lord of Skull Spiders was pathetic in these animations. It's like, what the flying fuck? This is one of the weakest villains I've ever seen. A boomerang? One of Pohatu's boomerangs was enough to trip him and make him fall onto his thorax? That's absolutely ridiculous. Actually, no, I think it was Gali and Liwa tripped him, and all Pohatu did was just throw his boomerang at his face, and it did literally nothing except made him like, you idiot. These animations are just weird. They're just kind of the direction from that they went with these animations is like they made the Lord of Skull Spiders look like he was pussy shit compared to Kulta, the Skull Grinder. Skull Grinder, at least, well, we'll get to that. So they defeat the Lord of Skull Spiders. They pass through the gate, and they go to the ruined city of the Mask Makers, so they can find Ikimu's tomb and reawaken him from the dead. He wasn't really dead, he was just in a coma. Yeah, Ikimu was comatose. So then the dead rise. Not Ikimu. No, you got Skull Warriors. Skull Warriors who are firing their Skull Warrior bow things and just assaulting and barraging the Toa. And for the most part, they all got defeated. Yeah. Until the Journey to One. When we see a couple more just... we see Skull Slicer in this arena game thing. And, well, Skull Slicer was easily defeated eventually. Liwa got his mask back. Of course, he was going to get his mask taken away from him. Look what happened in 2001 with the Matanui Online games cutscenes and whatnot. So yeah, of course this was going to happen to Liwa. Kind of a nod to that. So one thing you'll notice between all of these episodes, including the legend, is that the Mask of Time, the Fahi, shows up pretty much once during each episode. You'll see it, like if it's a cloud, or it's in a cloud, or it's in the sea, or it's in the dirt, or if it's in the fire, I don't know. Yeah. They were really hyping up the concept of time and whatnot, trying to unite the two generations. Well, it's... So, they come across Skull Scorpios, and Pohatu gets his mask taken away. Great. Skull Scorpios end up being defeated, and then they go to awaken Ikimu. He awakes from the dead, and now they have to get Ikimu's mask back. So they go to the forge, but Skull Basher, who still doesn't have an actual name, it's just Skull Basher, which, I don't know, bashing his fist against the wall or something. Or bashing your heads together. Yeah. Yeah. Eventually they kind of whooped his ass, and yeah. And then just before Skull Grinder Kulta was about to melt the mask of control, or the mask of creation, sorry. Ikimu intervened, and then he decides to put on the mask of creation, and all the Toa charge at him, and he ends up kicking all their asses. In one swing with his giant tri-bladed mace thing. Seriously, one hit with that thing can really just knock them dead. All their masks fly off and they get cracked in destroyed. And now they're all weak. Ikimu obviously is rebuilding his hammer. And the Toa are trying to hold off Kolta, but they're failing. And then finally Ikimu basically just pwns Kolta and takes his mask back, and I'm pretty sure in one of the books Kolta was sent to a prison cell? I don't know. And, well, Ikimu reforges the masks for the Toa, and that's where it ends. You see the Toa team standing there, and then off to the side there's a crate of new armor. Ooh, yes, that is a sign for what we see in 2016. So these animations were kind of quirky, I will say that. They were quirky, had a little bit of interesting charm to them, but in a strange way. Like, they had... I don't know whose idea was it to make these animations the way they were. It's like, that final battle with Skull Grinder, Skull Grinder made the Toa look like complete pussies. I mean, seriously. He beat the shit out of him with one swing. Onua tried to stop him, and then he just swung Onua over against a wall and probably broke his back. Wow. What the fuck? So it took Ikimu to single-handedly defeat the Skull Grinder. And yet, Ikimu still claims the Toa to be worthy heroes. You see what I mean when I say that G2's story was lame? These animations were lame. They weren't that great. Production-wise, I guess they were okay. The animations, the way the characters move and whatnot, okay, I can understand. The art style is okay for the most part. I like the Journey to One's art style more, but the story was just kind of disgraceful. The story for 2015's animations was just kind of weird, and they really don't hold a candle to the Templar animations. Yeah, in fact, you know, I would rather watch the Templar animations than watch these animations any day of the week. Seriously, Templar did a better job than whoever was doing the animations for G2. Seriously. I mean, seriously. It's insane. So, overall, I'd have to say, all 18 episodes plus the Legend, it's kind of hard for me to give this a score because it's not your typical TV show, it's a web series. But hey, you have that, I guess. So overall, I'd say about a 4.1 out of 10. That might be a little harsh. I can go harsher. 3. How about a 3? It's not that great, guys. I mean, come on, let's be honest. The 2015 animations weren't even made for us, to be honest. It was made for a younger audience, and yet they don't even care because they'd rather play on their fucking iPads. Wake up! Seriously. So, I don't recommend these animations, but if you want to watch them anyway, there are playlists that show off these animations. Have at it. You know? I mean, at least they try, you know, they at least try to make something entertaining. It's a good laugh every now and then. It's every now and then I pop on these animations, I watch them on YouTube just to get a good laugh. Because they are really fun to point and laugh at. They really are not that good, to be honest, but still. Oh boy, yeah. So, the 2015 animations, while they weren't really designed for us, they were something, at least. They were mildly entertaining, but subpar compared to the Templar animations. And while they were trying to kind of be inspired by the Templar animations, it really doesn't show. It just feels kind of something else. It feels like they were going in another direction that was sort of anti-Templar, if I were to say that. And it just does not work. It really doesn't. So, I don't recommend these animations, but if you want to watch them anyway, there's a playlist from a YouTube user called Cool Crusaders or something like that, I don't know. So, go watch that, have fun. Ugh. I'm gonna stick with the Templar animations, thank you very little. And, yeah, so... that's all I have to say about these animations. I honestly have to go with the Templar animations for G1, for the Minogue Matanui Online game, the Borak and Borak Hall animations. Even the Vaki animations are fantastic to watch every now and then. Unfortunately, those were the last animations that Templar did. Great. But, hey. So, if you watched the 2015 animations, what do you think about them? Let me know in the comment section below. I personally don't care for them all that much, but I do watch them every now and then just to point and laugh at them. That's all that they're really good for, to be honest. So, there you go. I might have one more video for y'all today, otherwise I'll be back tomorrow with some more Bionicle stuff. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace.